I've got them. Here they are. I've got them right here. It is the market stats for last month here in Beacon Lake. I am in the Pryke parking lot where, well, there's only 2 cars parked in the driveway right now. One's in the garage, but sometimes the car shuffle gets crazy around here with the kids' cars and our cars. But you guys don't care about that. You want to know what I've got right here, and that is the, I made it lose me for a second. Come on, back down here, right here. All right, the market stats. And so this is looking, it's April now, so we're looking back at March of 2024 and see what's happening in the real estate market here right now. And so without further ado, without me blathering on, we'll hop right in. And last month there were 56 active listings here in the neighborhood. And of those 56, 16 were new. And we had 15 homes that actually sold and closed in here last month. So I want to talk really quickly about this next stat because it affects people buying here a little bit, but really it affects people listing and selling their home in the neighborhood, and that is the days on market. And we'll see what January was and February was and March was, and see how many days it's taking an average home, median home, whatever, to sell here in this neighborhood. And it has shot up. In January, the average days on market was 27, so things were selling pretty quickly. In February, 56. Last month, in March, it was 95 days, median 95 days on market for a house to sell and close here in Beacon Lake. And so what does that mean? Well, it means if you're listing your home and you have a contingency, you have like a deadline, you've got a job starting up somewhere and you need to get this thing sold more quickly than more quickly than you don't have a lot of time to wait for that right perfect buyer that's going to give you the absolute top dollar, then pricing has got to be spot on and condition of the home has got to be magnifique as well. People are looking at, Toll Brothers are looking at Dream Finders. They are looking in all these beautiful model homes, and model homes have the cheat code. They don't have pets, they don't have kids, they don't have, you know, people cooking fish and doing all kinds of stuff in there. And so it's really easy for them to keep those looking move-in ready, model ready, as pristine as they can. We can't do that when we're living in our homes. And so there's a lot of things that, well, there's a lot of tips and tricks you can do to try and make it so that you can get your home show ready as quickly as possible. We could talk about those on another video, but the point is your pricing needs to be on point and you need to be able to show really, really well, because days on market, man, at 95 average days on market, that's pretty high. It's taking a little bit of time for homes to sell. Now, don't freak out. Don't worry too much. I'm thinking like 2018, 2019, that was pretty normal. 77 days, 90 days, 100 days was fairly typical. So we're just getting back to where things were, you know, 5 years ago type of deal when it comes to selling homes in this market. Okay, so what's active right now? There are homes active right now. And out of all the competition for you out there, if you're listing your house, out of all the possible inventory out there for you, if you're buying a house right now today in Beacon Lake, the average resale price per foot is $256 a foot. And these homes have been sitting on average for 53 days on the market. Now, looking at the homes that actually sold and closed in March, there were 12 homes that closed. Looking at resales, not in the gated section. So actually, no, let me rewind for just a second. Looking at all the homes, new construction and resale together, that are not in the Toll Brothers gated section in here, there were 12 homes that sold and closed for a median price per foot of $252. So average home in here is listed at $256. Average closed in the non-gated section, it was $252 a foot. And then back in the gated section, there were 4 homes that closed back there. And on average, those were $301 a foot. At least one of those was a pool home. One of them was the model there. So that skewed like, that was like $370 a foot or something like that, if I recall. And then we had one or two that were like maybe in the 280s type of thing. So 301 bucks a foot back in the gated section. Now let's take a minute because we actually have some data to talk about in the townhomes. We had a townhome sold last month. One Osprey model sold, and those are 1789, so 1790 square feet, and it sold for $415,000 with an average price per foot there at 232 bucks a foot. Active right now today in the townhomes, we have 3 homes, and we actually have one of each. We have one Manatee, one Osprey, and one Coral. The Manatee is the smallest plan in here, but it's super cool because it is a single-story townhome, and those are really, really, really difficult to find. You don't find a lot of single-story townhomes. I really love that plan. And there's one available for sale in the neighborhood right now, and it is at $392,000 right now, which is 282 bucks a foot. And then we go to the middle one. We have an Osprey, 1789 square feet, for $433,000, offered at $433,000. That is $242 a foot. And now if you want like a beautiful home with a ton of value, check this one out. There's a Coral, which is 281 square feet. So the biggest Babis Mama Jamma townhome that we have here in Beacon Lake. It's being offered right now at $460,000, which is only 221 bucks a foot. And I know that one. It's got a water softener system. It's got reverse osmosis. It's got epoxy in the garage, fresh paint. Man, that place is a beauty on preserve. So a lot of potential value for a townhome buyer in here right now. One of each, but I've got my eye on that 221 bucks a foot for a Coral right now. Great value. Anyways, stay classy, Beacon Lake. You have any questions, anything you want me to talk about or cover, reach out, hit me in the DMs, call me, whatever. Looking forward to chatting soon in the near future.